The courtroom was already buzzing when the judge called the case, but everything went silent the moment the defense table stood empty. No lawyer, no briefcase, just Evelyn Harper, a billionaire CEO, sitting alone in a gray suit that suddenly looked too heavy for her shoulders. Whispers rippled through the room like a cruel wind. Then, from the back of the courtroom, a voice broke the silence, steady, loud, and trembling with conviction. "Your Honor, I will defend her." Every head turned. The voice belonged to Daniel Brooks, the janitor who had been quietly mopping the marble floors just minutes earlier. Evelyn's world had collapsed faster than any stock market crash. She had built Harpertech from nothing, rising from a small-town scholarship student to one of the most powerful women in the country. But success attracts enemies, and when a failed partner accused her of massive fraud, the media devoured her whole. Sponsors fled, friends disappeared, and investors turned their backs overnight. The worst blow came that very morning. Her high-priced lawyer, Richard Coleman, took a payoff and vanished, leaving behind a single message: "I can't represent you anymore." As the judge prepared to dismiss the case, Daniel stepped forward, still wearing his blue janitor's uniform. Laughter erupted from the gallery. A few reporters smirked, already writing headlines. What could a janitor possibly know about law? Daniel swallowed hard, his hands shaking, but his eyes never left Evelyn. He had seen her cry alone in the courtroom during lunch breaks. He had seen the fear she tried so hard to hide. And most of all, he remembered something she had done years ago, something she didn't even remember herself. The judge leaned forward. "Mr. Brooks, is it? Are you a licensed attorney?" Daniel nodded. "I was, Your Honor, once." The laughter died instantly. Years earlier, Daniel Brooks had been one of the brightest legal minds in the state. Raised in a Christian home by a pastor father named Samuel Brooks, Daniel believed deeply in justice and mercy. But when he exposed corruption inside a powerful law firm, he was blacklisted. No firm would hire him. His wife fell ill, medical bills crushed them, and after her death, Daniel lost everything: his career, his home, his faith in the system. The janitor job was the only work he could find. Evelyn stared at him in disbelief as he took the defense seat. "Why would you do this for me?" she whispered. Daniel met her eyes softly. "Because you once did something for me and never asked for anything back." Years ago, when Daniel was desperate and homeless, Evelyn, then just an executive, had stopped her car in the rain and paid for his wife's treatment anonymously. Daniel recognized her voice the moment he first heard her speak in the courtroom weeks earlier. He had prayed for a chance to repay that kindness. The prosecution wasted no time attacking. They presented forged documents, twisted emails, and emotional testimonies designed to paint Evelyn as a greedy monster. Each accusation felt like another nail in her coffin. But Daniel listened calmly, taking notes, his face unreadable. When it was his turn, everything changed. Daniel dismantled the case piece by piece. He exposed altered timestamps, fake signatures, and financial trails that led straight back to the accuser, Mark Ellison. He quoted case law from memory, cross-examined witnesses with precision, and revealed a hidden offshore account that proved the entire lawsuit was a setup. The courtroom watched in stunned silence. At one point, the prosecutor snapped, "You expect us to believe a janitor knows all this?" Daniel straightened his back. "I expect you to believe the truth, and the truth doesn't care about job titles." Evelyn broke down in tears as evidence after evidence cleared her name. For the first time in months, she felt hope. Not because she was a billionaire, but because someone believed she was worth defending. The final blow came when Daniel presented a recorded phone call, Mark Ellison bragging about bribing Richard Coleman. The judge's gavel slammed down, and the verdict followed swiftly. Evelyn Harper was declared innocent on all charges. The courtroom erupted. Reporters rushed forward, cameras flashed, but Evelyn ignored them all. She walked straight to Daniel and hugged him, crying openly. "You saved my life," she said. Daniel shook his head. "No, I just stood up when everyone else sat down. In the days that followed, Evelyn did something no one expected. She publicly exposed the corruption that had tried to destroy her, and then she offered Daniel Brooks a position as chief legal advisor at HarperTech. He accepted, not for the money, but for the chance to restore justice the way his father had taught him. At the press conference, Evelyn said words that would go viral around the world. Power didn't save me. Money didn't save me. A man with courage and faith did. Daniel returned to his old church that Sunday, standing at the altar with tears in his eyes. God didn't forget me, he said quietly. He was just preparing me. And the story of the janitor who stood up in court became a reminder to millions that true greatness is not measured by wealth or status, but by the courage to defend what is right, even when the whole world walks away.